Yo, what's going on, everybody? All right, so today we got another live stream, open topic. We can talk about anything and everything. As always, keep it respectful. And with that being said, make sure to hit that subscribe and let's get into it. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day, good Sunday, good weekend, all that good stuff. And as usual, we will talk about a few things just because why not? And, just real quick, for those that don't know, I have my first comic already available, digital, that's going to be dropping in September. So make sure to show your support and get that thing. Trying to work on getting the actual physical, but right now it's going to be digital because it's faster and it's a lot easier. And of course, if we build up towards it, then we can get it in physical. But that's going to come with more details and, later on, all that good stuff. But for right now, let's just keep it like that. So what's going on, everybody? All right, let's check these comments out. What's going on, Dominic? Appreciate you for watching. Jack, what up? Let me see. Let me see. All right, all right. Reynaldo, what's up? What's up? Appreciate you for watching. Vegeta, what's up? You already know it. We're back again with this live stream and stuff like that. Richards, what's up? It's likely to get the Batmobiles from McFarlane Toys. When? I have no idea. I'm waiting for mine. So they already charged everybody, and probably they're just doing some processing and stuff like that. So I would say maybe, hopefully, in sometime in September or in October. But I have a feeling we're gonna be getting it real soon, and it's pretty interesting that that thing surpassed the numbers. And it's funny how people be saying that the Snyderverse doesn't sell, yet that thing made like over 500,000 literally in the what it was in the 30 days or whatever the campaign was and stuff like that. So we'll see what's up. Reynaldo, wishing you good luck on your comic series. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate that. How I've been, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been good, but I've just been having a lot of things, come up in life, personal stuff, and it is what it is. But I won't let that hold me back. We are here, and that's all that matters and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But besides that, all good. What about you? Hopefully everybody's doing good and stuff like that. I saw Clayface first look. I'm not looking forward to this trash. Yeah, I saw the what is it? The car, the Gotham police car. I'm like, yo, I really don't care about it. Honestly, I'm not interested. Like I said, I'm just not interested. Honestly, I don't care what James Gunn's putting out. How hot is it in Florida? Very hot, my friend. Extremely hot. It's so damn hot. Even in the winter, it's hot down here. I kid you not. It is extremely hot. It's probably like maybe outside like right now like 93, but it feels literally like 105. Like it's really really nasty. Let's see. Slipknot, what's up? Appreciate you for watching also. All right, let's see. I'm good. I just saw the second episode of Peacemaker season 2. I say it's an important improvement compared to the first episode of season 2 of Peacemaker. Yeah, I've been hearing things left and right about it. I'm still not interested, honestly. I know that somebody said the other day, let me know. I don't care if you spoil it because, like I said, I don't plan on watching it, but let me know. Did they mention Harley Quinn in the second episode? And if so, how does that connect with the DCEU into the DCU? Because I'm curious. I don't care about spoilers, honestly. Are you interested in who the next Bond is? Not really. I'm not really interested in James Bond and stuff like that. But whoever it is, I hope they do a good job at it. So we'll see what happens with that. Did you see that video I mentioned about Coca Cola? Nah, not yet. I need to check it out. I saw it, but I was just like busy and stuff. But I will check it out a little bit later on and stuff. Let's see. Let's see. Good. Thanks. Saw Batman 89 theaters. Awesome. Nice. Nice. I wasn't able to go see it. I really wanted to go see it, but like I said, it's been a hectic week for me and stuff like that. Just taking care of some personal stuff and running around. Just my time has been so damn busy. This is why you guys haven't been seeing me put up a video for like almost like a few days because I just been so busy this week. It's crazy. It's really, really nuts and stuff like that. So, but besides that, back to the grind this week and stuff like that. You hear Robert Downey what is it, Jr.? Worried to leave Avengers, go on drama. Yeah, supposedly there's drama going on. I mean, that happens with actors in this industry, but I don't think nothing's gonna happen. They're just doing that just to stir for marketing, so that way people are talking about it. So that's a good marketing strategy and things like that. Unlike James Gunn and David Cornswith, that they actually were going at it on set for the movie, and there's behind the scenes footage and stuff like that. But it is what it is. The true DCU must return. Yes, Ray, for sure it will. Indeed, indeed it will. Fabian, what's up? Restore the Snyderverse. You already know. I have a feeling that's what's already Plan B, and it's happening as we speak behind closed doors. Because the way that things are going right now with DC, they need it. They desperately need to restore the Snyderverse. And I think, me personally, like I've been telling y'all, I think it's gonna be exclusive on Comcast, apart from whatever the hell they're trying to do right now, which I am not interested what James Gunn is doing with his DCU reboot. Um, Animation Unbound. I've been bringing the Jurassic franchise. Oh, you've been binging the Jurassic franchise. Nice. Finished the original and Jurassic World 1. Jurassic Part 1 and 3 are great. Yeah, hell yeah. Part 3, honestly, that's my guilty pleasure. A lot of people don't like it. I like it. I rewatched it probably within the past month or so. And it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's not the best. No movie's ever best, but I like it. It's underrated. You know, JP3, especially with the Spinosaurus, yo, that's pretty dope. I like it. Uh, the Gun Goons are against Injustice 3. Yeah, haha, already? Because of Evil Superman, they are pure betas. Yeah, man. I am so sick and tired of these James Gunn cultists. Everything offends them. Everything, you know? Look, I'm going to say something, and I think it's what it is. But all these James Gunn cultists are straight up like the same crowd that you see in this whole woke agenda political side. I'll leave it at that. If you know what I'm talking about, that's what that is and stuff. But it's completely sickening. They have not mentioned Harley Quinn yet in season 2 for what I've seen. Okay, that's interesting because somebody left me a comment the other day and they said something about Harley Quinn in the second episode of season 2. So I was like curious about it. So probably they were just like lying. So who knows? Henry Cavill for Bond. Oh, that would be dope, honestly. You know, like I said, I'm not into James Bond and stuff, but yo, they're gonna bring in Henry Cavill. Let's go. Oh, talking about Henry Cavill, did y'all hear? They finally finished filming Voltron. I forgot to post that. Yo, I am ready for that. It's finally official. It's a done deal. It's already finished filming, and we already know that Henry Cavill is gonna be in that movie. So boom, I can't wait to see what they're gonna cook with that. Woo, that's gonna be badass. I know it. Voltron, baby. Hell yeah. And now they're doing the Power Rangers reboot. Yo, that's another one too. Hell yeah, it's about damn time we're getting love for these robots and all these, machines and stuff like that. Because y'all know that I'm a huge fan about all these mechs and everything that has to do with like all these robots and things like that. So I cannot wait to see what they're cooking. Jack, all right, James Gunn is using Chris Pratt on the DCU, not play Batman. I thought James Gunn casted Batman, but he what his chance his DC. Look, I think that Chris Pratt is going to play a major role in the DCU. I have a feeling that's going to be Batman, honestly, just because it's Chris Pratt. Just because if you've seen them in the most recent pictures, dude is getting buff. So something might be happening. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if Chris Pratt does become Batman, I say, you know what, screw it. Just do it. Just do it. And if they don't do that, but what I think is going to happen is that I think Robert Pattinson is going to end up joining James Gunn's DCU because they keep on talking about that. And especially when now that they're filming Clayface, remember that was supposed to be part of Matt Reeves' universe. And now apparently rumors going around that Matt Reeves has already bended both knees and now he's bowing down and shilling before James Gunn and he's going to be joining James Gunn's DCU with Robert Pattinson just because he wants to save his job and he wants to continue doing whatever he's doing. So I guess some type of agreement has come and it's closed, and apparently that is going to happen. But they didn't want to mention that before Superman because they didn't want to scare people away. So it looks like that's going to happen. And most likely, I have a feeling they're gonna start filming, doing whatever the hell they're gonna do, and they're probably gonna do two things at the end. They're probably gonna rename the Batman to Brave and the Bold, or they're just gonna end up taking that away from Matt Reeves and just say, you know what, we're just gonna take Robert Pattinson. He's probably gonna go through some whatever portal or dimension thing that he's doing, like he did in Superman with all those little pocket universes, and he's probably gonna cross it. And I think that's how it's gonna happen, honestly. Henry Cavill for Lion-O, yeah, that would be dope. That would be, honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait. If Henry Cavill is the next James Bond, that's another story. LOL. Sean, what up? Appreciate you for watching also. All right. But the city of Gotham was mentioned in season 2. Oh, okay. So they mentioned it. So they're finally acknowledging Gotham. It is what it is, I guess. Again, still not interested. Rather have more Spinosaurus than just wanking the T-Rex all the time. Yeah, I agree with you, Ray. Yeah, the T-Rex, she's played out, and I'm like, yeah, like let's look at another one. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like the new Spinosaurus that they brought in for Rebirth, just because it's quote unquote scientifically accurate. My ass, I don't care if it's accurate. I just want this dinosaur to be the same like it was in JP3, and I feel that that was a missed opportunity. They screwed it up, but who knows? Maybe like might bring her it later. I don't know. You know, who knows what the hell's gonna happen with this franchise. You hear talks about James Wan maybe returning back to DC. Yeah, it's all a matter of time. I don't think he's gonna come anytime soon because he wants to focus on his horror movies, and he's busy with that and stuff like that. Still at WB, but for the moment, I don't think he's gonna do anything with DC and stuff like that. But that's good, honestly. Like leave it as that. As long as he's doing his thing and he's having fun, enjoying whatever the hell he's doing, let it be. I would love to see James Wan do a Resident Evil movie. That is the dude that I think needs to be making Resident Evil live action films. That new director that's making the reboot for the new Resident Evil, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As a Resident Evil fan, I am not convinced. I am not convinced because dude said that he's going to be making Resident Evil and is not going to have any characters of the game itself. So I'm like, that automatically is two red flags. I'm like, oh nah, this ain't the dude. He's not the right one. I think James Wan would be awesome to do it because he's good at horror and all that stuff. Superman got 600 million, but it didn't match. It didn't matter box office. Who cares? Yeah, nobody cares anymore. Honestly, nobody. The steam is already cooling off, so nobody cares anymore. Son of Thunder, what's up? Appreciate you, my brother. Thanks for watching. Also, hell yeah, Voltron. You already know it. Yes, sir. Kyle Weaver, what's up? Hope you're having a good weekend. Yep. So far, yeah. Been a busy week, but here I am, and we're still going and stuff like that. So and finally launched the comics. So that's getting still worked on. Hopefully should be all ready by within the next month and things like that. So I'm trying to wrap it up before that, but I just put a time until the September 30th. But it might be releasing sooner if I work on it quicker and things like that. When does Henry Cavill start filming Highlander? Good question. I have no idea, and I doubt anytime soon because if they just finished wrapping up what is it, Voltron, then they're going to be focusing on marketing and he's going to be doing press tour. He's going to be busy with that for like probably the next year and a half or so like that. So yeah, after that, maybe. So we'll see what happens and stuff like that. Because now it's when the marketing is going to start. Pattinson will not play Batman again. Kravitz is out and she was integral to that storyline. Yeah, I'm glad she's out, honestly. Robert Pattinson might not, but it's a 50-50 everything right now, in the sense of he might not, but then again, he might, be forced into the DCU, or he might be forced to like with Matt Reeves to fully drop out and stuff like that. That way, James Gunn can do his Brave and the Bold or whatever they're trying to do with that. I may need to rewatch the episode since I didn't check the post credit. Okay, yeah, rewatch it and let me know about that when you do because I am very interested in that. That's all I care about, honestly. The spoilers of Peacemaker. We'll talk about Peacemaker in a few seconds because there's something interesting I want to talk about that. Cornball Sweat and Pattinson will be the ambulance gay duo. Most likely. Will Pattinson work under Gunn? Who knows? Who knows? That's where I think that 50-50 comes into play. Let's see what happens. But it's getting interesting, It's really getting interesting. Restore the Snyderverse. Hell yeah, you already know, baby. Hell yeah, restore the Snyderverse. They need to and they have to. Chris is done Avengers Doomsday, not Marvel. Duty Chris might play Batman for James Gunn. Yo, if Chris Hemsworth comes and plays Batman, that would be dope, honestly. Like I can't picture him as a Bruce Wayne, but I could see him as a Batman with the bat suit and stuff like that. But that would be interesting. I as a fan, I would be like, you know what? Screw it. But let's see what happens with that. Guns having pocket universe is a cop out and fallout and allows them to chop and change at will. Yeah, exactly. That whole pocket universe garbage is just an excuse for them to take shortcuts, and speed things and just skip that and this and that. Yo, it's a complete mess. Yeah, I seriously don't care about what James Gunn is doing, and a lot of people are waking up. That's the new logo, Cop Clayface, probably from Andy Muschietti. James Gunn didn't listen. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're doing. Who knows what the hell? I think Chris Pratt might be casted. I think so. I think he has a role. We just don't know what. But remember, he was on the set of I think it was when they were filming Superman. Yeah. When they were filming Superman, Chris Pratt was on the set. So and those pictures leaked out. I talked about it a few months ago and stuff like that. So he could be out there the same like when Joss Whedon was on the set. And then Kevin Feige during Justice League and the Suicide Squad. So again, they have Marvel inside of DC Studios, and that's a big red flag. As superhero called what? Oh, Booster Gold, but that's just my thoughts. Might be happening. Booster Gold is a time traveling superhero, but it's not confirmed for the DCU. Yeah, that's what they're saying. He might be there though. We'll see what happens. We will see. We will see what happens with that. Zach Kreger. Okay. Let's see. Isn't one doing the last Ronin film? Oh, I didn't know that. He's doing it? Oh, that'll be dope. If he does it, that would be dope. Let's not forget though that new turtle movie, The Last Ronin, that's gonna be from Paramount Pictures and Walter Hamada is behind that. So if you didn't know that, that's a fun fact. That right there is what's behind that. So I know Walter Hamada is very involved in that movie. So I wouldn't be surprised. That's why it's been so delayed because it's Walter Hamada. So we'll see. I hear rumors Brandon to play Batman, but he did may what he maybe say no. Maybe let's see. I want a live action done right, then a Red Hood movie. Yeah, that would be good. I would love to see a good movie. Honestly, with both characters. Let's see what they do. When can we get a physical copy of your comic? I'm working on that. If we get the right funding and that's all we really need, then I could go ahead and throw that into production ASAP. So it all depends on your part. Let me get some water. Hold on. It all depends on everybody, my friends. It all depends on everybody. Right now, I'm doing it digital, just because it's faster and it's easier and it's more convenient. But if you all want a physical, you have to remember it's gonna be a little bit more pricey because of shipping, tariffs, all that crap. But you will get a solid, legit physical copy. So I'm working on probably throwing the link ASAP. And once that, I'm trying to see if we do like a Kickstarter or fundraiser. I don't know what the hell we might do, but as long as we meet the goal that we need the numbers, it could go into production. That could be done ASAP. So that's not a problem. It all depends on your support, to everybody and stuff like that. So make sure to get your copy already. Pre-order that thing. Did you see Mortal Kombat 2 got delayed? WB's dumb decision is going to eat them alive by GTA 6. Yeah, hell yeah, I saw that. Look, a lot of things we have to take into consideration. WB is nervous. WB is rushing. That's what they do. They know that in June, that Supergirl's gonna be out. So they're trying to milk. They're trying to double dip. They're trying to put out Mortal Kombat in May. So that way they can make money with that because they know they're gonna make money regardless. The first one made money, the second one's gonna make money. And they have Supergirl the next month. So they're gonna try to do a double whammy so they could be like, oh, we made money in May and then we're making money in June, in the summer with all these movies and stuff like that. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people, and I'm one of them, I'm ready for GTA 6. Once GTA 6 drops, I am not gonna go watch any movies. I'm like, I don't care. I ain't watching that just because I'm gonna be entertained with GTA, and a lot of people gonna be entertained with GTA 6. And of course, a lot of people gonna be spending their money on that. So I think that's what's gonna hurt WB and stuff. So they're pulling the same usual dumb games. They should have just kept it in October. That movie is like, it's more towards October. Yo, there's nothing in October. Again, another missed opportunity. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit that they're saying, oh, that nobody's going to go out and watch it because of Halloween. Yeah, right. People are going to want to dress up because of that. People are going to go watch it and want to see it just because it's already that time of the year. And not only that, come on, that's Mortal Kombat. It's R-rated. Like, how do you not put it out? Look at how much money the first Venom movie came out when it came out during October. They made money. It's a big money month that they could be capitalizing. But again, WB is just playing WB games, and they're gonna have to learn the hard way, as always. But it is what it is with them. Gotham was actually refreshing in the Superman movie, like in the scene in the background. There was a billboard saying Gotham City. Yeah, I remember seeing that. The way that people were driving to leave Metropolis. Yeah, I remember that. One of the green signs to go into the city or stuff. Movies are different audiences and mediums. Both do fine. Yeah, I mean, 50-50, I guess. Have you seen the review of Cornsweat being calm and stoic? Nah, I haven't really seen anything with James Gunn and Superman and David Cornsweat and stuff. So I'm really not interested in what they put out, honestly. People don't want to confuse to see Clayface new Batman after Batman 2, see two Batman mess up movie theaters. Yeah, it's already causing confusion. You know, this is what happens. This is what James Gunn does. This is what WB has allowed, and for that, that's why they're going down. You know, there's only two Batmans, Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. Hell yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Chris, what's up? Appreciate you for watching. Here we are hanging out. You already know the business. Why isn't Kravitz returning? Who knows? Probably. I'm guessing she probably read the script and said, "Nah, this ain't for me." You get what I'm saying? I have a feeling that's what it is. I don't think it's about the money. They could pay her. Probably she's taking a pay cut, but she's like, you know what? Nah, this ain't gonna be for me. You know, you're too lazy to look it up. It happens, but I think that's what it is. That's me speculating. You get what I'm saying? And especially with this whole reputation with James Gunn. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody with common sense wants to be associated with James Gunn because I'm telling you right now, that's straight up to slaughter your career in this industry because nobody wants to work with James Gunn. Everybody that's working with James Gunn don't get rehired. And look, this is another thing too I was thinking about, yo. Now that you said this, right, about Zoe Kravitz, I was rewatching last night Resident Evil, all right? Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil Apocalypse, whatever, the movie from Paul Anderson. Yo, I noticed something. James Gunn is just like Paul Anderson. Paul Anderson, the director of all the live action Resident Evils, he ruined that franchise. Real talk. He ruined it because he wanted to do his own thing. And look at how, yes, they made money, but it was garbage. And all he did was hire his wife. This dude just completely destroyed the Resident Evil brand. But every movie was always about his wife. And that's what James Gunn is doing. James Gunn is just trying to focus on whatever he's doing, especially with Peacemaker, and always bringing in his wife because nobody in Hollywood wants to hire her. Nobody wants to hire, what's her name, Jennifer Holland. Nobody cares about her. What movies or what other projects have you seen her in? None besides DC. The cameos she's done in the DCU, like Black Adam and what we saw in Shazam 2. That's it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like nobody wants to work with her. But the point is, Paul Anderson would always bring in Mia, whatever, Jovovich, whatever her name was, to every movie in Resident Evil. She was always the main star. And now James Gunn is copying and pasting the same thing like Paul Anderson. Ridiculous. Completely ridiculous, you know? I find that completely ridiculous. I think James Gunn will get Jacob to play Bane and Glenn Deathstroke to make Bubby Cop funny. Yo, if they do that, I would not be surprised. Everything with James Gunn is always a joke. So, Brandon Skeletor not fit to be Batman. Just like Robert Pattinson, not fit. Anyone find it interesting that OMN hasn't made a video since? Oh yeah, our movie news hasn't made a release since James Gunn Superman. Yeah, he got disappointed. So you know, it is what it is. That's what happens. You were trying to ride that bandwagon, and your little 5 minutes of fame ran out, and look at where they're at. You see, it is what it is. So I think he hasn't posted like in over a month or something like that. I saw the other day. How far do you think the DCU will get before it's canned? I don't think it's gonna make it far. I just think it's gonna make it until James Gunn's contract is done in November 2026. After that, I think all this shit's gonna get complete reset, and they're just gonna have to go back to the Snyderverse. They're gonna have to. They can't reboot again. Why would they reboot again? You get what I'm saying? The only thing is pump the brakes, stop what you're doing, and go back to what was working to start making money. This is why I think WB is trying to delay now Mortal Kombat so they can try to be like, yo, we're gonna push it to spring, and people are gonna come out because it's spring, and people are gonna go out. No, they're not. People are gonna go out there having fun and stuff. They don't want to go see these movies. You know, people don't. People would rather go and spend their money on something else. So I feel there's a missed opportunity right now for WB, but it is what it is. Gunn needs to leave DC ASAP. He will. He'll be out soon. You'll see. Once that contract is over, rumor has it they're not going to renew it. I think the end after Super Drunk. Yeah. After Supergirl, that's it. You know, notice that how there's nothing else lined up after Supergirl, and that whole quote unquote 10-year plan. That's not gonna come. That's not gonna happen. You'll see. It's super flop official now. Yep. Exactly. I just saw a post-credit scene of Peacemaker season 2. No Harley Quinn mentioned. Oh, okay, cool. Peacemaker has been taking shots at Snyder. Yeah, I know. I've been seeing that. David Ayer too, because they were making fun of Jared Leto's band. What is it? Five Minutes to Mars or whatever it's called. And they mentioned him 3 times. So I saw that clip. And the wife of James Gunn also. So again, I told y'all James Gunn has beef with Jared Leto, and till this day, James Gunn will not drop it, because if he's throwing jokes about Jared Leto right now, what makes you think that we're gonna get the air cut under James Gunn's leadership? It's not gonna happen anytime soon. This is why we have to keep on putting pressure to WB. This is why I be telling y'all we have to keep on pushing pressure of and for restore the Snyderverse with that one hashtag, sending the message just like we did to WB with release the Snyder cut when it was during that time. And now we have the Snyder cut. And that's how we have to keep on putting pressure to WB and letting them know, hey, stop playing around and just restore the Snyderverse, because that's where the money is at. They know it. They just have too much pride. Kevin Feige might make Nightcrawler be Woody Woodpecker, make awful for Avenger Doctor Doom. Yeah, he might. I mean, with the way that things are going right now, I wouldn't be surprised. Bro, GTA 6, come. I'm locked in. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Everybody's ready for that. GTA 6, I'm telling you, man, that's gonna take everybody's money. They're gonna make so much money. Hello from France. Pierre, what's up? Appreciate you for watching. Still waiting to see your McFarlane Snyderverse complete collection. Keep up the good work. And F the Pedalverse. You already know it. Screw them all. Yeah, I'm actually reorganizing my shelves and stuff. So soon I'll probably give y'all a tour. So it's looking good and things like that. So I can't wait. I can't wait. Um, all right, let's see. Mad Max. If GTA 6 needs ID and facial recognition to play, no thanks. I hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that dumb thing. If they do that, yo, I'm done. I am not buying it. Hell nah. They better not do that. I don't like GTA 5. Plays didn't have California places. GTA 5 is cool. I still play it from time to time. I haven't played the online in over 2 years just because it's already boring, but I haven't played it in a minute. We need a solo Deathstroke rated R movie. Yes, we do, but not with James Gunn. So let's not give James Gunn any ideas, honestly. Because knowing James Gunn, he's probably gonna go ahead and do. He's probably watching. You imagine him watching right now? That would be hilarious. You imagine that? That would be so hilarious. Hi, James Gunn, if you're watching. Yes, we do. All right. I looked up Kevin Conroy, said Ben Affleck is his favorite live action Batman. Yep, I remember that. I remember when he said that. Tobias, thanks for explaining. Yep, no worries. I'm trying to catch up with the comments and stuff. So Conroy also didn't care about Pattinson. Yep, I remember that also. Spider-Man Brand New Day will fight Supergirl's box office. James Gunn can't do nothing to fix it. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, Jack. Spider-Man is going to outdo Supergirl next year, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see that. The only other movie Jennifer Holland was in the American Pie sequel, where she stripped naked. Oh, really? Interesting. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Woo! That's what happens. I think she's a good actress, the wife of James Gunn. Her acting sucks. She's pretty, but she just sucks, honestly, in the sense of she has no talent. So I don't know. I just don't like how she acts. What do you think about Clayface? Looks like poop face, honestly. Straight up, look like a big old pile of turd. I don't even care about Clayface. I want to see how they're gonna pull this off. Honestly, that should be interesting. I bet they're gonna do a lot of CG on that. It's sad that WB is letting James Gunn be head of DC Studios. Yeah, there's some type of favoritism, and by now, for sure, there's some type of favoritism. So he probably bend the knee to somebody. Probably bend both knees, and if you get my drift. So he's probably slurping his way up. Alan Richson, he wants to be in the DCU, but James gonna say no. Alan can't do nothing. He's not an actor, just a guy. Yeah, I read that also. So even he said that he doesn't have no hope for the DCU. So that's good. That's good. And who knows? Who knows what could come from that? Why is there so much YouTube channels about exposing Dwayne Johnson? I have no idea, honestly. I mean, I don't know The Rock like that, but I only know him from wrestling when I used to watch wrestling back in the days when it was good. But I don't know. You got to remember this. There's always this quote unquote cancel culture, which they could suck it. They always try to come after people, and it's always just drama in this industry. So it is what it is. It's still overrated to me. James Gunn is. Yep, yep. All right. If Gunn is sacked, who takes over for him? If James Gunn is gone, who's gonna take over? That will be the interesting question. Who is? I think maybe, hopefully, Zack Snyder. So something has to change. With the way that DC is right now. With look, now that you're saying this, I'll talk about it real quick. It's crazy how they allow James Gunn to do whatever the hell he wants at DC. He could do whatever he wants. He could include whatever, and it's like, yo, he has him drugging up, drinking, having orgies. That's all acceptable. That's all okay, right? But when Zack Snyder tried to make a R-rated movie because he had Wonder Woman cut off Steppenwolf's head, oh, then that's a problem, right? We can't have that, Or you have, in David Ayer's Suicide Squad and his version, what he had that it was supposed to be a dark, more mature type of tone. What did WB do? Oh no, we can't have that. Let's go ahead and turn it into Studio Squad. And that's what we have, Studio Squad. WB is always screwing up things. This is why I've always said it for a while. WB moves 3 steps forward and they move 15 backwards because they have no clue. They have no idea what they're doing. But yet they let James Gunn do whatever the hell he wants, how he wants, without no studio interference. Don't come at me and tell me, oh, because James Gunn knows what he's doing. No, he doesn't. The views are not there. People don't care. How come there's no money at the box office? See what I'm saying? But when Zack Snyder was bringing in money, oh, right there it mattered, right? But now that James Gunn's costing them more money, oh, it doesn't matter, right? Come on, come on. Let's stop it with the excuses and stuff. Matt Reeves doesn't care about Batman muscles and looks suck Batman suit right now. Yeah, he doesn't. I don't like his version of Batman. James Gunn is jealous. Leto's get more women than him. Hell yeah. Leto's the pimp daddy. Jared Leto is the pimp daddy. It's annoying when WB announced this movie they're never gonna make. Yeah, because they're just trying to get people in. That's all. It's just all clickbait. That just some the same way that you see some YouTubers they do clickbait. That's exactly what WB does. Oh, we're gonna do this, and next thing you know, they pull the plug and they don't do it. But that's what happens. Leto can take Gunn's wife. Oh man. Hey CS. Is the Batman Ben Affleck movie the first DCU coming out somewhere around this year or next year after Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom? Ben Affleck's Batman movie was supposed to come out way before Aquaman, and with everything that happened with James Gunn and stuff like that, it is what it is. It's a shame we didn't get anything. The only actor in the industry to play Batman and never got a standalone film. That alone is disrespectful to the character of Batman. It's like that should be embarrassing for WB. But I think this is just me speculating. I'm gonna shed some light of hope. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about that and stuff like that, and I'm one of them that I like to talk about hope and be positive. Is that I think that once the Snyderverse does get restored and Zack is back, I think the good way to go about on Ben Affleck's return would be doing the Dark Knight Returns. That would be solid. That would be dope. And of course, him facing off Joe as Deathstroke because we already know that Joe turned well. James Gunn doesn't want to use Joe for his DCU, which is good. It's good. That's cool because that's part of the Snyderverse. And leave it as is. Don't touch that. So that way, when the Snyderverse does get restored, they can go back and pick up where things left off. So that would be awesome, honestly. John, what up? What up? Appreciate you for watching. Also, let's see. All right, Raheem, I picked up Batman Nightmare figure and it's fire. Nice, nice. Nice, good, good. Enjoy it. All right, James Gunn's Deathstroke will be sympathetic weak. Yeah, yeah. Completely. Knowing James Gunn, he's gonna turn these characters into straight up betas, all of them. You know. James Gunn will make Deathstroke for Deadpool auto skinny person. James Gunn's gonna turn him into a straight instead of Deathstroke. He's probably gonna make him into a full on, like comedy version of a rip off of Deadpool and stuff like that. So who knows what the hell they want to do, honestly. And I don't care. Justin Timberlake should play Riddler in the DCEU. Justin Timberlake. Why Justin Timberlake? Damn. That came out of nowhere, Edward, honestly. I can't picture that. Justin Timberlake playing as the Riddler. You imagine him? Nah, man. I don't know. I don't even know how to think about that. He'll probably like pull out some song or something. Let's see. James Gunn will do Clayface for comic accurate, make poop big screen. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna pull it off. I decided to check if the actress Jennifer Holland had been in other films besides the DCU, and I can confirm she is in other works. But yeah, she has been in other works, but mostly shows. Yeah, there you go. You see, shows, not movies and stuff. So, and if she has been, like somebody just said, in American Pie, I'm not gonna remember that. Honestly, it's like I'm not gonna remember that. You know how long that's been. You watched Green Lantern the first flight on YouTube. and it's amazing. Nice, nice, nice. Good, good, good. Uh, I'm glad that I skipped James Gunn's Peacemaker. Yeah, you're not missing anything, honestly. If you've seen season one, season two is probably the same or worse. But from what I've been seeing and just hearing, the clips and stuff, it's a lot worse. So I don't even care, honestly. I told y'all I wasn't going to watch it, and I'm not going to watch it, and neither should you. Don't waste your time on it. Go do something more productive, honestly. Do you think that WB is talking about the Snyderverse return? Yeah, I think so. I think so. But the thing is, remember, Zach is right now busy with that UFC movie that he's going to start next, and he's going to be. I think he's already starting to film the last photograph, so that's going to keep him occupied for the next 2 years and stuff like that. So, but for sure they're probably planning and trying to work on something. So, once the schedule opens up, I think that's when we're going to be hearing it. And it would fall into time because let's just speculate. Now they're filming, they're doing whatever it is for the last photograph, and Zach is done with that project probably sometime next year. Once that movie's done, they do the marketing probably another half a year or so. So let's just say 2 years. From here to next year, James Gunn is already, doing his thing, and he's already whatever he's trying to do. And by November next year, hopefully he'll be out because his contract is going to expire, and the rumor is that they don't want, meaning WB doesn't want to renew it. So anything is possible. Things could change. Things could change any minute. So just the way that they did with Zack Snyder during the tragedy. They brought in Joss Whedon. They could do the same thing, with James Gunn once his contract is over, and they could bring in Zack Snyder. So you never know, my friends. Anything is possible. Always remember that. Ben Affleck said it. Anything is possible. That's something positive to stay about. What do you think, Brandon, as Batman? I mean, it's hard to see another Batman just because I'm so used to seeing Ben Affleck now. So anybody after him, at the moment, I'm not really interested. Just because I know that there's still potential in Ben Affleck. And to anybody that comes at us and says, "Oh, but he's too old," no, he's not. He's younger than Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton came back at 70 or 71 to put on the cape and cowl and come out in the flush. And he redeemed himself at that age. So if he could do it, so can Ben Affleck. You get what I'm saying? So, and Ben Affleck is like probably like 15 or probably like almost like what 17 years younger, from Michael Keaton. So, one YouTube channel was saying WB would drop Gun and bring back Snyder. I knew that channel is trolling, and I didn't click on it. Yeah, there's a lot of people gonna start using clickbait and stuff like that. So y'all gotta be careful with stuff like that. So sometimes, like I said, when I talk, I'm just giving you my speculations, and if I come across some info, I post it and I share with you on stuff like that. And it's funny because sometimes you'll have some fans say, "Oh, well, where's the source, or what's the source?" And literally just do research. I don't always have to bring the source. You get what I'm saying? And it's funny because sometimes I will put the source and people still try to deny it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and argue. Honestly, if you know, you know, but if you don't, you just don't. Honestly, Snyder deserves a shot at the head of DC role. We the fans must help him get there. Yeah, yeah, we will, and in due time it will happen. So anything can happen, anything can change. I think Alan might be high, possibly of him being Aquaman in the DCU. Who knows? He would be a good fit for Aquaman, but I'm gonna be honest with you, he would also be a good fit for Bane. That Alan Richardson, that dude is massive. He's huge. He would be dope as a Bane. So if they want to use him for Bane, that would be your guy right now. That would be the guy. The Snyder haters, anti-crowd, trolls, DC shows, gun cultists have this hatred towards Zack and make petty complaints. But when James Gunn got on board, they kept their mouths shut. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I agree with you, John. That's exactly how they are. They're like a dog, all bark and no bite. That's exactly how they are. Batman might be Mickey Disney for for DCU. Uh, Again, I'm interested in seeing what James Gunn can pull off with Batmite. So he brings him into Matt Reeves' universe or Batman Brave and the Bold. James Gunn, if you're watching, bring in Batmite. I want to see what the hell you could do with that character. You got me interested in him. And I know a lot of us are interested. So, how about you don't say nothing? You just do it. Prove us what you could do with Batmite. Let's see. The trades are now saying Gunn's DCU is pointless. It's not just DC fans of the Snyderverse. Gun goofies are looking foolish. Yeah, it's a lot of people that they're talking bad about James Gunn, and that people that were excited and they're not excited anymore. So that's telling you a lot of things. I know WB's looking at that. And we know how WB feels when there's no money. Look at what they did to David Ayer. Look at what they did to Zack Snyder. Look at what they did to Patty Jenkins. Look at what they did to James Wan. See what I'm saying? That's already four different directors within the DCEU. Look at what they did to David, I think F. Sandberg, the one that did Shazam. They did him dirty also. So, and the same with the director of Black Adam. So that's just WB. Jack Black should play Penguin in the DCEU. Ben Affleck's Batman. If he could pull it off, okay. But I don't know. I just see him too. He's too much of a comedian. But maybe he could pull it off. Who knows? Who knows? Honestly, I see the shape and the look of it and stuff. So maybe that would be dope. Rumor was Carrie Kelly was going to be Ben Affleck's Robin. Is that true? Yeah, that's true. She was supposed to be because they were gonna do the female Robin, and I don't know what happened before they started production. They just decided to scrap that, and they ended up putting that Robin that we saw. That it was supposed to be. I think it was. I don't know if it was supposed to be Zack Snyder's son that was supposed to play Robin, but then that got scrapped, and they ended up doing what they did. They just put the Robin suit that he was dead in that universe. So yeah, that was all supposed to happen and stuff. But that was real quick. They spoke about it back in the day. I remember before they even filmed Batman versus Superman. But that would have been interesting to see, honestly. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Do you watch Prince of Reason Superman box office videos? Nope. I don't even know who that is. Let's see. Let's see. There's so many people. It's hard to keep up, honestly. Do you think there's still more footage of Zack Snyder's Justice League? Yeah, I think so. Hell yeah, I think there is. I have a feeling that there is. It's just Zack's probably holding on for the right time and things like that. Because the thing is, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a filmmaker, when you film, you get a bunch of footage and you get a bunch of B-roll that most of the time you don't even use just because it's like you have to film so much and it's just gonna be too much. So I think there's extra footage. I think so. But probably Zach is just holding on saying, you know what, when the time is right, then we can put it out. Because I have a feeling, this is just me. Remember, there's the Green Lantern scene with John Stewart. We haven't seen that. So that's footage from the Snyder cut. And I don't think that was like a little 2 or 3 minute clip. I think that's a good like 10 to probably 12 minutes max, less than 15 minutes. So that's footage they're still sitting. You get what I'm saying? We've seen the images that Zach shown, but we never seen the footage. Nobody's seen the footage. And I think I think that Zach ended filming more with the epilogue scene. And again, we haven't seen it. That's what I'm thinking. Because I would if I was filming, I'll be like, I'm gonna film everything that I can. Like he said in that interview with the Russo brothers, when you film, you just like load it up and just shoot everything. Just shoot everything just in case to be ready. And I think that's what he does. I think he has a bunch of footage and he just put out what he felt was needed for the Snyder cut. But I think there's a lot of footage that he's sitting on, and that's good if he does. Honestly, that's good because nobody knows about it, and one day I know one day we're gonna see it. Honestly, um, Gun would change him from what to flaccid stroke instead of death stroke, probably. James Gunn might watch Running Man make remake once again. What Glenn Powell for Deathstroke? Maybe I don't know. What do you think about David Corns's Superman audition that leaked online? It was trash. It was trash, honestly. Look, nothing against David Cornsweet. Like I don't know. I saw him in Twisters, and again, I didn't see Twisters in the theaters. I saw that when I had HBO Max, and months later, probably like who knows, probably like a year or two later, I guess when it came out. I just saw it probably within the last 4 months, and honestly, I was like, he didn't have a big role. He was just small, and I was like, okay, that's gonna be Superman. But then when I saw Superman, I was like, I could see the guy has, he has potential. Nothing against that. But the thing is that the guidance and direction of James Gunn is just piss poor. That's all it is. I guarantee you, if Zack Snyder was to work with David Cornsweet and Zachary Levi, I can guarantee you Zack Snyder would guide him in a different route. I guarantee you that, yo, honestly. Because Zack Snyder's he's a filmmaker. James Gunn, he's a parody filmmaker. Honestly. James Gunn's straight up a joke. I don't take that film director serious. James Gunn straight up, he's good with Guardians of the Galaxy, but he's not good with like doing like real movies. I'm like, nah, this guy's a freaking joke, honestly. Let's see, let's see. All right, there was a shot. Well, there was a shot of the sod in the trailer. Wasn't that in the movie? Yeah, that's another thing too with the sod. And what about Granny Goodness? Like, do we know anything about her? Who is she? Like, honestly, if you know who she is, I've been trying to research her. I can't find anything on her. Who's the actress and stuff like that? Drop that in the comments if you know who Granny Goodness was, because remember Zach was gonna do that to, well, he was gonna bring her to New Gods and the Sod and all these characters with Dark Side and stuff like that. But again, WB screwed it up and they didn't end up doing it. So it's a shame. Riddler Lake. All right, let's see. I think there were different times. I think the main reason Zack Snyder was censored and his DCU is because of the owner of WB at the time. It's just a theory. Yeah, it could be, honestly. It could be, honestly. I really don't know. The Hallelujah one. Yeah, the one with the song or stuff like that. Yeah, I remember I think seeing something like that. There was a lot of clips that didn't make it to the final cut. And it happens, like I said, there's a lot of footage out there that they don't use, and they end up just keeping it as B and C roll, just to have it bloopers, regular shots that it didn't make it to the final cut. Like I said, with John Stewart, and probably other scenes. That's just me speculating. I think. I don't think we should be comparing James Gunn to Zack Snyder, since they are two different types of directors. No, no. Yes, they are two different type of directors, but they're both directors. That's it. So it's the movie industry, and I say what I say. I don't take it back. James Gunn is a parody director. He's only good with Guardians of the Galaxy. Anything else, I'm not interested. I am not interested, honestly. You know, Zack Snyder, he puts out so many movies, and all the movies he does, yo, they're straight up entertaining. James Gunn, it's gonna be bullshit with James Gunn. It's like you know what to expect with it. That's what it is. Fire James Gunn, hell yeah, you already know it. Restore the Snyderverse, Bad Beast, you already know it. Justin Timberlake asked, "The Riddler sounds like something James Gunn would do, in my opinion." Oh, he has said that. Interesting. He wants to jump in James Gunn's, go for it, but I don't think in the Snyderverse it would be good. You can't trust a lot of YouTube channels. Yeah, you can't. Honestly, you really can't. Another flop, Clayface. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna make numbers for them. Um, Pierce Bronson was 50 when he filmed Die. Another dude, Ben Affleck, can play Batman. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Age is nothing but a number, so they can still pull it, and they can pull the physique, then they can do it. And you guys saw, I put up that video that I shared, that short, when Ben Affleck was getting ready to be, Batman in the DCU. Dude was working. He was working out day and night. He even said it, like he was just boom, pumping up, building up that body. And when he put on the suit, like that's his real six pack. Of course, he probably had some padding and stuff, but for the most part, that was him under that suit. It was like skin tight, and dude was jacked up. He got jacked up, and we saw it when he's pushing those weights and he's training in that scene. Batman versus Superman. So Ben Affleck, he got ripped for that role. It's like damn. Like dude put effort. He did his part. Do you think WB delayed Mortal Kombat 2 because of how much debt they are, as in the company? Yeah, I think so. And don't have the money to do reshoots? Yeah, yeah. I think that's what it is. I have a feeling it's all about money. Remember, and WB's right now, losing a lot of money. So I think that's what's happening. It's just, again, they're just delaying it because they're not doing financially right. Probably they don't have enough money. Because let's see, let's not forget, James Gunn even said it. He would love to do a George Lucas type of stuff or whatever, but he just doesn't have the money. Bullshit. He has the money. He just doesn't want to spend the money. You can't get a check for all these movies under your leadership as CEO and say you don't have money. Come on, come on. That's straight up bullshit. He's just lying. Again, he just doesn't want to spend the money. I like Alan for Shazam. Yeah, that dude will be good for Shazam also. Um, but I see him as Bane, yo. That dude, straight up, he would be big, like fit for Bane. He should play Bane. I think so too. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. That Alan should be. Alan played Aquaman in Smallville. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I had no idea. I never saw Smallville, so I'm not sure. Did Daniel Craig turn down Sergeant Rick because because it was crap? Maybe. Again, nobody wants to be associated with James Gunn. Anybody that's getting associated with James Gunn, I'm telling you straight up, like they're just ruining their career in this industry. I think that's what it is, and people don't want to be associated with that. Ben Affleck's Batman is my Batman. Yep, I agree with you. Bad Beast, the same with me. My favorite Batman. James Gunn might get Alan to play Bane, probably get Jacob to play Fat Bane. Oh man, who would you get to play Batmite? I have no idea, honestly. I don't even know nothing about that character, so I wouldn't even know where to even begin. I don't even think Batmite would be somebody that would come to my head and say, "Hey, you know what? We should bring in Batmite." Nah, that's more of James Gunn's alley, honestly. He could pull off those characters. I wouldn't be able to pull off those type of weird characters. I would decline. I'd be like, hell nah. Wallace Close for all James Gunn's DCU. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Wallace Close. That still applies. Elseworld Snyderverse is a great idea. Yeah, that would be. That's what they should be doing right now, honestly. They should be focusing on that. Mortal Kombat 2 didn't have much Scorpion actor. He's too old. Uh, I hope they do put a lot of Scorpion in it, honestly, because I like that character. Him and Sub Zero. Sub Zero's my character right there. That's my dude right there. Jonah Hill for Penguin in DCEU. Yeah, he was supposed to be, but I guess something didn't fall through at the time, and they ended up turning him down or something like that. I remember reading something about that he had mentioned it, or I think it was in the talks. I don't know. I remember that with Jonah Hill when he was fat. I miss him. He was funnier when he was fat compared to what he is now. I don't like him now. Did you see that Dan Morrow's guy's video about the box office total for Man of Steel and Superman? His conclusion was both movies performed the same. I can see that that's gonna be the new argument. Nah, they're just trying to, like, look. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're just bullshitting about James Gunn's Superman. They just want everybody to praise it and oh, it's the best thing. Nah. We already know it didn't make the numbers worldwide. Domestic, okay. Worldwide, it's all about worldwide, baby. Don't come at me and tell me, oh, because we made money domestically. You might as well just say, yo, we made money locally. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds? That's exactly how WB sounds. Oh, we only made money domestically. It's the number one movie domestically. You're a freaking joke. What about worldwide? Worldwide is where you need to be making the money. If it was local and domestic, how can Jurassic World on a budget of 180 million made almost 900 million worldwide? Not domestic. You don't see Jurassic World out there in the marketing. Oh, Jurassic World, it made 100, or is it made X amount domestically? Get out of here with that stupidity. They made worldwide almost 900 million, but you don't hear the show media talk about that because it's not convenient for them. That's the thing. They don't want to hear the facts. They're always trying to hide from the facts. I wish they let Green Lantern, John Stewart, and Zack Snyder's Justice League hate what WB did. Yeah, because of it was Toby Emmerich and that other dude. I forgot his name. I always forget his name. You all know who I'm talking about. The other clown. I can't remember. Toby Emmerich and one more person. They were always giving a hard time to Zach. Is James Gunn might put new Batman Clayface? Yes or no? Who knows? I really don't know. I don't know what the hell James Gunn wants to do and what he's doing. Let's see. All right. Sweat isn't masculine enough. He doesn't have the features of Superman. Yeah. Honestly, he doesn't. Let's see. The true will come about the Flash and Aquaman 2. Yep. They could do so much with the Flash, but let's see what the hell they're gonna do. Honestly, I really don't know at this point. All right, let's see. I think Green Lantern show. Nobody gonna go watch HBO Max. Try Disney Plus MCU. I'm not gonna watch that Lantern show. Honestly, I'm not watching that. I am not subscribing, and I am not paying for that crap. Real talk. I am not wasting my time on that. Man of Steel's bigger success than Domestic Man, which made fake domestic numbers paid by WB. Exactly. David for Riddler under Zack Snyder. That would be a good choice. That would be honestly. I know Leonardo DiCaprio, I think, wanted to do it or something like that. I could see that, Leonardo DiCaprio. Every time I see Leonardo DiCaprio, I always think about Leon from Resident Evil 2 just because of his haircut from Titanic. I'm like, that dude is perfect to play Leon Kennedy. If they do a live action of Resident Evil. But for the time, not no more. He's already old. Uh, Gun will be done for DC from DC. Then Zaslav and Saffron will be next. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Honestly, I like comedy parody type movies. Yeah, I like comedy movies. I like parody type movies too, but I just don't like DC to be like that under that style. That's the thing. That's the difference. They gaslit us about money and reception of Man of Steel, but Guns Pooperman didn't come close. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's true. Saffron's contract is up soon. Yeah, it's supposed to be up this within the next what is it, 3 months? So we're already entering fall. So we're gonna be hearing news. I'm telling y'all, we're gonna be hearing updates. I've been telling y'all things are gonna be shaking up. And now, because what September, October, November, that's fall already. So his contract is gonna be coming to an end in the next 90 days or so. So we're gonna be hearing things before the end of the year. Guarantee. You're gonna see that.
Pierce Brosnan should have his own solo Doctor Fate movie. Yeah, that would be dope. He was good. I liked him. Gunn is broke. Yeah, James Gunn admitted it. I put up a video of that like a few days ago. He even said it. He's like, "Oh, I wish I could George Lucas or whatever the hell he's trying to do the reboot." And he's like, "But I just don't got the money right now." He's broke. Broke. Broke ass. Grace Randolph said WB spent over $1 billion so far for James Gunn's DCU. I would not be surprised. They are losing so much money. And the merchandise is still on sale and on clearance. Honestly, that shit is not selling. It's overstocked and on the clearance racks, and still nobody are buying that. Honestly, good. While it's closed, that's it. One thing we know, Snyder would put up his own money to finish up his films. Hell yeah, because Zack Snyder, he produced a lot of these movies, and Deborah Snyder, so they both got money. See what I'm saying? So it's a win-win, baby. That's all it is. WB needs to stop playing around and just do it. Fun fact: did you know that James Gunn's directed the live-action Scooby-Doo movies? Yeah, I know. That came out in theaters. Yeah, and I didn't see them back then. Again, I didn't care about them back then, and I still don't care about them right now. So, yeah, and that's before even James Gunn even made any Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So I was like, that back then when they announced that Scooby-Doo and it came out, I was like, that looks like shit. Honestly, I didn't even waste my money. I didn't even waste, not even for free. I've seen it. So it's like I'm not interested. Who is Batmite? Batmite's some weird character that's supposed to be. I don't know if it's a hallucination of Batman. I really don't know. Honestly, it's just some weird character. Google him up, you'll see who it is. He reminds me of the little character from Mad TV, the little logo. James Gunn's probably gonna get Kevin Hart played Batmite. Oh man, Batmite. That's something I want to see. Give the changes to Superman. Lower Gun Superman is Elseworlds. Yeah. All right, James Gunn just canceled Swamp Thing again. Just want Clayface movie, make money, but can't happen. Hold on. So James Gunn canceled Swamp Thing. I thought they were gonna move forward with it. It was supposed to be R-rated. I know I read something, but I didn't know they canceled it. So typical James Gunn, just doing what he does best, honestly. Let's see. Pooperman is a flop. Super dumb. Blonde is next. Yeah. It's not gonna do good. Let's see. Do you think James Gunn will get Jacob out? Fat Bane suit make funny DCU. He might. He might make it. He's turning everything into a comedy. Honestly, I would like to see what he does with that. That's what I'm saying. Bring in Batmite. Because that looks like a straight comedy character. So it would be fitting for the DCU. That's why I tell gun goofs Guns DC is a massive financial disaster for WB. Yeah, they just can't accept the reality. That's what it is. The Injustice League was Joss Whedon, Toby Emmerich, Kevin Tsujihara, Jeff Johns, that asshole right there. That's the one I was talking about. Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns and Toby Emmerich are the reason why we didn't see the Green Lantern of any kind with John Stewart, and we were supposed to get Ryan Reynolds because of that prick right there, Jeff Johns. John Berg, Walter Hamada, and Sarnoff. Yeah, the main two that always gave Zack Snyder the hardest times were Toby Emmerich, because Toby Emmerich was the CEO at the time of WB, and before him it was Kevin Sujihara, and then he stepped down again, stepped down, and then of course we had Jeff Johns. That prick right there, Jeff Johns, is the one that I was telling you about. He's the one I always forget his name, but yeah, he's the one that made it difficult, and that's why we didn't end up getting the thing. Damn, then drop my phone. But yeah, that's what it is with that and stuff like that. And let's see. Y'all give me 1 second that I'll call trying to respond. But yeah. All right. Let's see. Trying to catch up to the comments. November, yeah. Have you seen like a Batman movie that Mr. Freeze distance from humans? I want to see that Freeze in the movie. Yeah, that would be dope. That would be cool. I haven't seen it, but that would be nice to see. Angry Joe can't don't care about Matt Reeves Batman. He's just brave and a bold. Get over. Yeah, probably is interested in that. I don't know. Tom Hardy as Brainiac. Oh, that's an interesting one. That would be honestly interesting to see. Leroy, what's up? Hey guys, very sorry I'm late. Great live. James Gunn fails. You're good. You're all good. Yep, James Gunn. Everything's pumping out is all a flop. What do you want to see? Gotham City Place, San Francisco, and New York? I would say New York, just because New York has the aesthetic more of a Gotham. San Francisco, I don't think San Francisco would be a good spot for Gotham. Let's see. Talking about parody for a moment. Question: what's your opinion on the Shrek movies? The Shrek movies were all right. I know they're doing another one, but I mean, they were fun for their time and stuff like that. Time to time, I'll probably watch one or two, but for what it was, they were fun. Why Jeff Johns had beef with Snyder? Because Jeff Johns was jealous of Zack Snyder. Because the thing is, creative differences. Jeff Johns wanted to tell Zack Snyder what to do, so that's why they had a lot of head clashing, and they just it was a lot of creative differences and stuff like that. And Jeff Johns was the one that was always given. Well, hold on, Jeff Johns, one of those two. I think Jeff Johns was the CEO at the time of WB, and then Toby Emmerich, one of those two. I don't know, but the thing is, they just didn't like Zach, and I think that Jeff Johns and Toby Emmerich, along with everybody else that were in the old regime, were all on Disney's payroll. That's what I think. So they were just taking orders from the mouse. These clowns blew everything. They sabotaged Zack Snyder. Yep, exactly. I agree with you. I think that's what it was, and they're still doing it. We're still feeling the effects. James Gunn will get Andrew to play Plastic Man from Snow White. Small guy make super trash. If they do, what is his name? Plastic Man. That would be interesting, but I'm not interested in that honestly. John's invention invited snakes into Snyderverse set. Yeah, yeah, big time. Honestly, restore the Andrew verse. Hell yeah, with Andrew Garfield. Hell yeah, we need that. We really need that. The Amazing Spider-Man 3. That would be dope. There's a clip of SnyderCon where the cast roasted Jeff Johns. Yeah, I've seen it. I can't remember what they said, but yeah, I remember seeing that whole interview and stuff like that. What Marvel character? Oh, hold on. What Marvel characters are you into? I like a few. I like Spider Man, Iron Man, Venom, Carnage. From the top of my head, and War Machine. Those are the top characters that I really like. Marvel has some good stuff, but those are the main ones that I'm really interested in. Just a handful, I guess. James Gunn might get Ben Schwartz to play super family villains. Who knows what the hell they're gonna do with that, honestly. But yeah, it is what it is, my friends. But at least we chatted, we did what we could today and stuff like that. But with that, I want to thank y'all for watching. This is the time that I have for today. I appreciate y'all for tuning and stuff like that. So I'm gonna catch you on the next one. I'm gonna get back to doing some things that I gotta do and stuff like that. So I'm gonna catch you on the next one and keep posted. Till then, make sure to show your support. Go get your digital copy of Rebel Defenders, available now. That's coming next month. That's my original comic right there. So I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace out.